Honorable Men Discord. The Clipse are back. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. Salute to everyone that I met out in the streets and gave me a shout out. I really appreciate it. I can't say that enough. Also, for those of you new viewers to this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's get straight to it. So, the Clipse are back. It's been 15 years since No Malice and Pusha T put a project together. When they first were introduced into the industry, they were under the Neptunes production. Now this album is entirely produced by Pharrell Williams. All right, so what you have beside me is a printing machine printing up the album for this new project. God sort them out. Let God sort them out. And why am I showing this? I'm showing it because I'm here for all of it. I'm a big Clipse fan, especially Pusha T. You know, he really held it down for 15 years to allow his brother to return. And many of us didn't even think his brother would return because his brother was very adamant about not returning. His brother found religion and just no longer was interested in working in the industry. But I'm glad he's back. I like what I'm hearing from both projects, especially the second song, which for some reason the second song is not on iTunes yet, and they're killing me by not putting it on there because I really want to hear it through my car. But in any event, let me just play this video for those of you that are just here for the whole thing. You just like everything about it, the rollout for this album. This is the vinyl for their new album. Fire. I might have to purchase that album. The only vinyl I've ever picked up for myself as a collector was King's Disease 2. And to be honest with you, the reason why I haven't picked up other albums is because once I start, then I'm just going to have a whole bunch of albums and I just won't have any place to put it because I'm just like that. You know, I bought King's Disease 2 knowing that it was a trilogy, which is going to force me to buy King's Disease 1 and then King's Disease 3. But I just hit the timeout button on purchasing vinyl for this time. But let's get into the next clip. This is a rollout session that they had for, I guess, media to let them get an exclusive listen to the album. But I want you to pay attention to No Malice's face because he seems super excited to be back with his brother. He also expressed that in the interview, by the way. I'll get to that later. But he's just super excited to be a part of this moment, because I guess everything lined up correctly, and you know, he still has the passion, and you can hear it in the music. He hasn't lost a step. What's your thought on that? I don't think he lost a step. But let's get into this clip.
Good stuff.
Come on, man. So we here to check out Let God Sort Them Out. I know it come out July 11th. It's been 15 years. 15 years since the last Clipse album. Therapeutic for me. And I think this is, you know, it's about lyrics, it's about street hip hop. It's about growth and competing through the game and restoring the feeling. Yeah. Definitely restoring the feeling. It's competitive, but you know, we also do deep dives, man. Like this is about like a real show of our lives and where we're at right now.
One other thing I noticed from the interviews that I've seen with the Clipse is that No Malice is not the type to really do a lot of talking. He'd rather Pusha do all the talking. Pusha is doing most of the talking in all the interviews I've seen, which is fine, but it's just something I've noticed. So this right now is a clip, and I'm not playing the song because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to hear that album with new ears, with, you know, no leaked music. But this is I don't know whose hand it is. It could be Pusha T's hand. It could be No Malice's hand with the glass of wine. But they're playing a clip of the Nas verse because Nas is featured on the album, which I knew this, I want to say, a year or two ago because the track list at that time was leaked. I don't know if it's the same track list that we're going to get on July 11th. But I remember when I initially saw the leaked track list, it did say Nas was featured on the album. That's the one name I remembered because I'm a major Nas fan. So I'm here for it. The clip, you could find it. This clip is courtesy of Sensitive Savage Reactions 37735. So if you actually want to hear the Nas clip, you could look at this page that I have it on, that I got it from, and get your snippet on. But if you want to just not hear it, I understand, which is why I didn't play it in the first place, in addition to not trying to get a copyright strike. But let me get into the next clip. This is Pharrell on the top of the Louis Vuitton headquarters in Paris, which is where the album was created, was in Paris, because as many of you may know, Pharrell is also a designer for Louis Vuitton, so he's taking care of his love for music and his love for fashion. So he has a studio out there. The Clipse have been recording out there, and I believe Rick Ross also went to Paris to get his first single that he just recently dropped. Also, Rick Ross has a single that recently dropped. If you don't know about that single, you need to look it up. I think it's pretty good. The video is actually shot in Paris also. And let me just get that Rick Ross song. It's for the money. For the money. The new Rick Ross single for his upcoming album. He hasn't given us a release date, but this is about the clip. So let me get back to the clips, and let me get into this clip with Pharrell speaking on the album.
All of the distinguished energy, distinguished taste buds, and distinguished ears for joining us tonight on the rooftop of the LV headquarters for a night for you to enjoy, this music. It's an homage to the fact that we made all this music right downstairs, right on the water. And you're gonna see the Seine River is very inspiring. And what you're gonna hear tonight is from Virginia to Paris, Paris to Virginia. You're gonna hear that energy tonight. So I just want to say thank you guys again for joining us, and I hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
All of the
All right. So this clip is just they're signing promotional material for the album, in addition to some limited edition vinyl. So I thought it'd be cool to play this. I'm not playing the audio because they're playing the record in the background, but I'm loving it. They really putting a lot of effort into getting the word out about this project. Now here, I'm just gonna wrap with this. This is Pusha T talking about how he referenced Travis Scott on the "So Be It" track. It's a little conflict between Travis Scott and Pusha T, and Pusha T is gonna explain that, and then I'll speak on it right after.
Being in Paris, so be it, so be it, so be it, so came through carrying the Utopia briefcase,
Right. Yep.
Doing his whole spiel.
Mm-hmm.
He comes, he interrupts the session. The next day, the meltdown verse or whatever comes on.
I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss.
Drake on Travis Scott talking about melting
P,
Pharrell's jewelry.
yeah, and all of that. That was a corny. Like, you shouldn't have been here anyway. Him specifically too. I don't take it as personal as I should. It's Travis. He's harmless. I'm not into his whole makeup. I took it there.
Her Utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat.
And then to come back in our fold.
To make a point of...
Yeah, to invade the fold and then, do all that he did. It was like, man, that was corny. He's shameless. He does it. You've seen him do it to everybody. I've definitely had to put my hand on your shoulder before. You died in front of me. You cried in front of me.
Cried in front of me, you died in front of me.
Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me.
Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me.
I had to help you. People take that type of shit for granted. I don't take that for granted. So be it.
Let me tell you, if you haven't seen the full interview from the Popcast, that's P-O-P cast, C-A-S-T, do yourself a favor, watch it in its entirety. When I tell you it was well done as far as the interviewers, and this is, I want to say, New York Times have inserted themselves in the podcast world, but and I'm all for it if you're coming with quality, you know. So these two gentlemen are clearly huge hip-hop fans, and they just did an excellent job, asked excellent questions, and it was real insightful, because up until I saw this entire interview, I didn't even know that No Malice and Pusha T weren't twins. This whole time, all these years, I thought when they came into the game being regarded as twins. If I'm not the only one, let me know in the comments if you thought they were twins when they first came in the game. It wasn't until I saw this full interview that I realized that I was informed, I should say, by No Malice in the interview that he's actually like almost 5 years older than Pusha T. And I was blown away. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait, what did he say? Because the whole time I thought they were twins, you know, but you learn something new every day. So I'm sure many of you that's hearing that from me are probably shocked too. But do yourself a favor, look up the Popcast. It's courtesy of the New York Times. Phenomenal interview. And if you're one of those people that plan to do any type of interview of any sort, I suggest you pay attention to how it was done. They were very, very prepared and just asked all the right things. They asked all the right things, really. I was very pleased with the interview. But that's all I have today. As always, I appreciate all of you for tuning in again. Again, thank you everyone who's giving me a shout out. And I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.